Have you ever caught yourself wondering if you could have made different choices to live a happier, healthier life today? As we journey into our 60s, 70s, and beyond, the decisions we make, sometimes without even noticing, can shape whether our later years are vibrant, purposeful, and independent, or clouded by regret, isolation, and struggle. The truth is, some mistakes seem so small at first that their long-term impact sneaks up on us, quietly chipping away at our well-being. In this deep dive, we're exploring 5 of the biggest mistakes people make in their later years that can subtly undermine their happiness, health, and security. These aren't glaring errors. They're everyday habits that build up so gradually you might not realize their toll until it's significant. But here's the empowering part. Once you spot these patterns, you can take charge, sidestep regrets, and create a future filled with joy and meaning. Stick with me to the end because this isn't just about avoiding missteps. It's about crafting a life after 60 that feels fulfilling and free. Which of these mistakes might be hiding in your daily routine? Drop a comment below with your thoughts. It's a fantastic way to connect with others and spark inspiration. Let's dive in and discover how to make your later years truly shine. First up, neglecting physical health. One of the most common mistakes people make as they age is letting their physical health slip. It often starts with small choices, skipping a morning walk because you're tired, grabbing a processed snack instead of a fresh meal, or brushing off a nagging ache as just getting older. Over time, these habits add up, leading to reduced mobility, lower energy, and a higher risk of chronic conditions. Many assume that feeling stiff, fatigued, or off balance is just part of aging, but much of the decline we see in later years comes from inactivity, poor nutrition, and ignoring early warning signs. Your body is like a car. If you don't maintain it, it won't run smoothly. Movement is vital at any age, but especially after 60, when muscle mass and bone density naturally begin to decrease. The less you move, the harder it becomes to stay active, and soon simple tasks like climbing stairs, carrying groceries, or getting up from a chair feel daunting. Weak muscles also increase the risk of falls, a major concern for seniors. A single fall can lead to fractures, lengthy recoveries, or even a permanent loss of independence. I met a 71-year-old named Robert who thought he was fit enough, but slowly stopped his daily walks. Within a year, he noticed his legs felt weaker, and chores like gardening left him exhausted. When he tried to get back into exercise, he was stunned at how much strength he'd lost. It took months to rebuild, and he later said, "I wish I'd kept moving all along." Nutrition is just as critical. As we age, our bodies need more protein to maintain muscle, calcium for strong bones, and fiber for healthy digestion. Yet many seniors lean on processed foods or skip meals, leading to deficiencies that zap energy, weaken immunity, and contribute to issues like diabetes or high blood pressure. Ignoring regular health checkups makes things worse. Conditions like high cholesterol or hypertension often have no obvious symptoms, so skipping doctor visits means missing chances to catch problems early. I spoke with a 69-year-old named Linda who avoided checkups for years thinking she felt fine. When she finally went, she learned her blood pressure was dangerously high, but early intervention helped her avoid serious complications. The good news? It's never too late to start. Adding just 15 minutes of walking daily, swapping processed snacks for fresh fruits or veggies, or using light resistance bands for strength training can make a huge difference. Regular checkups can catch issues before they grow. Taking care of your body isn't about defying age. It's about staying strong enough to enjoy the things you love. Are you prioritizing movement or nutrition? Share your favorite health tip in the comments. I'd love to hear what's working for you. Next, let's talk about isolating from friends and family. One of the most heart-wrenching mistakes people make in their later years is pulling away from social connections. It might start small, skipping a coffee date, making fewer calls, or assuming others are too busy to connect. But over time, this withdrawal can lead to loneliness, depression, and even faster declines in mental and physical health. Humans are wired for connection, and staying engaged with others isn't just about having company. It's about nurturing purpose, joy, and emotional well-being. Many seniors think loneliness is just part of aging, but that's far from true. Research shows social isolation can be as harmful as smoking 15 cigarettes a day, raising risks for heart disease, weakening immunity, and even increasing the likelihood of cognitive decline. When your brain isn't stimulated by conversations, shared experiences, or emotional bonds, it can slow down, making memory issues more likely. Consider Margaret, a 75-year-old who stopped reaching out to friends, thinking they were too busy with their own lives. Months turned into years, and she found herself spending most days alone, with only the TV for company. Her mood sank, her energy faded, and she struggled to find motivation. But when she joined a local gardening club and started calling her grandchildren weekly, her outlook transformed. She said, "I didn't realize how much I missed feeling connected." Another pitfall is relying solely on family for social interaction. While family is vital, expecting them to be your only source of companionship can lead to disappointment. They have their own busy lives. Building a network of friends, neighbors, or community members creates a richer, more resilient social life. Technology can help too, but many seniors shy away from it, finding it daunting. Learning simple tools like video calls or messaging apps isn't about chasing trends. It's about staying part of the world. I worked with a 77-year-old named George who resisted smartphones until he realized his kids were connecting through group chats he couldn't join. After learning to text and video call, he felt closer to his family than ever. Reconnecting doesn't require a packed schedule. Small steps like joining a club, volunteering, or calling a friend weekly can work wonders. The goal is to maintain bonds that keep you sharp, happy, and engaged. Have you felt disconnected lately? Drop number 2 in the comments and share how you stay connected. It might inspire someone else. If you're finding this helpful, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell to catch more tips for thriving in your later years. The third mistake is refusing to adapt to change. As we age, it's tempting to stick to what's familiar, whether it's resisting new technology, clinging to old habits, or dismissing shifting social norms. Change can feel uncomfortable, especially after decades of doing things a certain way, but refusing to adapt doesn't stop the world from moving forward. It just makes life more frustrating and isolating. In today's world, basic digital skills like using a smartphone, navigating online banking, or making video calls aren't just conveniences. They're essential for staying connected and independent. Seniors who avoid these tools often miss out on important conversations, struggle with tasks that could be easier, or even become targets for scams due to unfamiliarity. Take Edward, an 80-year-old who swore by his old flip phone, insisting it was all he needed. But when his bank moved services online and his grandkids started group chats, he felt left out. With some patience, he learned to use a smartphone, and suddenly he was texting, ordering groceries online, and feeling more in control. He said, "I thought technology was for kids, but it's made my life easier." Resistance to change isn't just about technology. It can show up in clinging to outdated habits, like refusing to tweak your diet for better health or ignoring new safety measures at home. The mindset of "this is how I've always done it" can hold you back, especially when better options exist. Relationships also evolve, and younger generations communicate and live differently. Instead of resisting these differences, embracing them with curiosity can strengthen bonds. I met a 74-year-old named Clara who was frustrated that her grandkids texted instead of calling. When she learned to text emojis, she found they connected more often, and it brought them closer. Adapting doesn't mean losing who you are. It means staying flexible to keep thriving. The world keeps changing, and the more open you are to learning, the more independent and fulfilled you'll feel. It's never too late to try something new, whether it's a smartphone app or a new way of connecting. What change have you been resisting? Share it in the comments. Let's inspire each other to embrace growth. Number 4, mismanaging finances. One of the most devastating mistakes people make in their later years is failing to manage their money wisely. It's easy to think money matters less after retirement, especially if you have savings or a pension. But poor financial choices, overspending, underestimating expenses, or not planning for emergencies can turn what should be comfortable years into a time of stress and dependence. Many seniors assume their savings will last, only to be caught off guard by rising medical costs, inflation, or unexpected expenses. It's not about how much money you have, it's about making it last. Even those who were financially secure earlier in life can struggle if they don't adjust their spending to match their new reality. I worked with a 73-year-old named Thomas who loved spoiling his grandkids with gifts and trips in early retirement. By his late 70s, his savings were dwindling, and unexpected medical bills left him scrambling. He had to rely on his children for support, which he deeply regretted. He said, "I thought I had plenty, but I didn't plan for the long haul." Another common issue is neglecting ongoing financial planning. Many assume that once they retire, budgeting or investments are no longer necessary, but managing money is a lifelong task. Tracking expenses, budgeting for healthcare, and planning for potential long-term care can prevent financial crises. Seniors are also prime targets for scams, from fake phone calls to email fraud. Many grew up in a more trusting era, making them vulnerable. I knew a 76-year-old named Diane who lost thousands to a phone scam posing as a charity. Learning to spot red flags like unsolicited offers and consulting a trusted advisor before major decisions can protect your savings. The key isn't wealth, it's wisdom. Creating a clear budget, cutting unnecessary expenses, and planning for the future can ensure financial peace. Even small changes now, like reviewing your spending, can make a big difference. Are you confident in your financial plan? Drop number 4 in the comments and share a money-saving tip you've learned. It could help someone else. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell to stay updated with more practical advice. Finally, number 5, ignoring mental growth and purpose. One of the most overlooked mistakes is giving up on personal growth and losing a sense of purpose. Many seniors believe that after retirement, their time for learning, setting goals, or contributing is over. But having something meaningful to wake up for, a hobby, a passion, or a new challenge, is crucial for staying mentally sharp, emotionally fulfilled, and even physically healthy. The idea that mental decline is inevitable is a myth. While aging brings changes, your brain can keep forming new connections throughout life. The real risk is inactivity. Studies show that people who stay mentally engaged through reading, puzzles, or learning new skills are less likely to experience cognitive decline. I met a 72-year-old named Evelyn who felt aimless after retiring, spending hours watching TV. She started forgetting small things and lost interest in socializing. But when she joined a local writing group, something clicked. Writing stories rekindled her curiosity, sharpened her mind, and even led to new friendships. She said, "I found a spark I thought was gone." Another mistake is not finding a reason to get up each day. After decades of work or raising a family, retirement can leave a void. Without purpose, boredom and depression can creep in. Whether it's volunteering, gardening, or mentoring, having a goal creates structure and joy. Some seniors avoid new activities, fearing failure or thinking it's too late. But age doesn't limit growth. Some of the most inspiring stories come from people starting new hobbies or careers in their 70s or 80s. Staying curious and engaged doesn't just boost mood, it supports longevity and health. What's one new thing you'd love to treat us? Share it in the comments. Let's motivate each other to keep growing. To wrap up, aging isn't just about getting older. It's about the choices that shape your quality of life. Neglecting health, isolating yourself, resisting change, mismanaging finances, and losing purpose can quietly steal your joy. But small adjustments can make a massive difference. Start moving, eat smarter, and get those checkups. Reconnect with friends and embrace technology to stay engaged. Be open to change, manage your money wisely, and keep chasing growth and purpose. Your later years can be your best with the right choices. Which of these resonates with you? Drop a comment with one thing you'll try today. Your story could inspire others. If you found this valuable, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to join our community. Share this with someone who needs it, and let's make our later years the best yet.